Hey y'all, welcome in. If you are new or just passing through to my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie. If you're returning, welcome back, squad. I'm here today to do another general collective reading. We're not science specific here, we're also gender fluid. I may say you and I'm talking to them, may say them, I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid, so I could be talking about the past, present, or the future. Take what's yours, leave the rest behind. And if you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box, and I invite you to join me for a session. Welcome in, y'all. Hope everybody is doing good, feeling good, had a good night's sleep, or ready for bed, depending on what time you see this, and where in the world you happen to be when this premieres. Let's jump in. I've been called to use my story cards again. I actually like this opening energy because it definitely feels as though I'm talking to somebody who, it kind of gave me the energy, this rising card with unity, it kind of gave me the feeling of somebody pulling themselves out of the abyss is the way that I heard it. Because with this unity card, I definitely get like, you may have been deep in your emotions, and I feel like you're kind of rising above that energy. So maybe you're not, no longer. Now here's the thing though. in that rising energy and pulling yourself out of like the abyss of deep emotions, it is also necessary to be grounded. You don't want to be too far up into the sky or too far up into the heavens where you're kind of floating and existing and not being grounded in reality. So that's for somebody, that's not for everybody. I feel like in the recent past you may have opted to kind of walk a path that may be unlike other people's paths. We have talked about, marching to the beat of one's own drum. Definitely, I can see that. Going into the near future, I do see you being happy. I love the visionary card because it's definitely, rainbows, sunshine, and glitter. And for me, this feels like going into the future, you're going to be really happy just being yourself, right? All right, what is in the environment? I could be talking today to someone who is maybe considering, I don't know if this is a change in career or a change in job. I definitely get the sense that somebody here is maybe thinking about their next steps. Somebody here could be thinking about moving to a big city or thinking about being in the big city. Okay. If you are in a relationship, this gives me the energy of like going with the flow. Going with the flow. Somebody here is thinking about work. They could be thinking about what they love. They could be thinking about like the love of their work, or maybe they're thinking about the love within their home. Somebody here is definitely thinking about maybe new beginnings. Something may have something. It may have something to do with work. This is all really good energy. Okay. Now I'm seeing something different. This part is not for everybody. in the way that I'm describing it, because what it looks like for me, it looks like somebody here who's, and I don't have timelines on this, so I'm just telling as I see the cards. Now, if you are in a relationship, this kind of feels like somebody who, you know, maybe at one point they were just kind of like going with the flow, just like going with the flow of life, basically. And I do feel like there's somebody here who has thought about love or thought about being in a relationship. Maybe this relationship, maybe you met this, because if this is a partnership, because this is union, you could either already be in this union, or this is somebody who's thinking about being in a union with you. This could be somebody that you work with or have worked with. But I feel like this person has been like going with the flow. They're in a union. They're thinking about love. They're thinking about maybe the beginnings of how the relationship was formed, or where, like, so, because there's something centered around work. There's something centered around work, the beginning, like where the relationship started. And I definitely get this between thinker and meditation. There's something about work, and it's because work is right in the center, the beginnings. This person may also be thinking about how much giving and nurturing that you've done within the relationship, or how much giving and nurturing they've done in the relationship. Maybe they gave to you and you nurtured them, like however that works for you. And maybe there had been some uncertainty. I mean, this is in the environment, so maybe there's some uncertainty. Again, it goes back to the work. I'm like looking at this whole line, like somebody's thinking about work, what to do for work, but they're thinking about the love in the beginning, in the early. So maybe this is like in the early stages of the relationship, where there have been, you know, love and giving and nurturing and balance in the relationship that allowed it to blossom and grow. There's beauty here within the relationship, but there may be a sense of uncertainty. And if this is a masculine who's in, because I'm kind of getting an energy of a masculine energy, if there is a masculine here who is uncertain, because even the thinker card is a man, and so is the surfer card. It feels like the feminine energy is kind of the anchor for this man. Maybe if this woman is the anchor, she creates a sense of balance for him. She holds him down, is the way I heard it. This might not be for everybody, but there's somebody here who fancies the color red. Because I have a few cards and all the women have red shoes on. Now, this ain't going to be for everybody, and I just because I know how people are in the comments. This row right here, because I'm telling you, this is a man thinking about his relationship with a woman, his woman. You may have children together. I do see where he feels like you're probably a really nurturing and giving mother. You keep the home balanced, or you keep something in their life very balanced. Okay. I said there's somebody here who fancies the color red. There's a lot of red in these cards. Somebody here may be an artist. There's a lot of red out here. Somebody may be an artist. Now it's weird because even though I feel like this masculine may be going through some uncertain times, and the uncertain times may have something to do with his work. Okay. Why do I get the sense, because this is fears and concerns, it almost feels like somebody is worried. Okay, because I have waiting. I'm like, what are you waiting for? Or what are they worried that you're waiting for? Okay. There's something uncertain surrounding this masculine energy. And I'm like, I'm not even really sure who this energy belongs to, because I can kind of see a couple of different things out here. I'm not sure why this would be a blockage, because this tells me that you and this person, like, I don't know who you are. I mean, I know I have a lot of men and women that watch my channel, so I'm not really sure where you are on the board. But there's an energy out here that tells me that you, I'm talking to you, the viewer, are kindred spirits with this person. Again, put yourself where you are. There are kindred spirits out here. But maybe this person, I don't know if somebody thinks that their partner or a person has a kindred spirit in someone else, and may perhaps feel like your person is waiting on the kindred spirit to come in. I don't know, child. Like, I don't know. And if somebody here is holding on to a sense of pain, ooh, this is interesting. Okay. So if somebody is still holding on to like pain that would have had you in this like sunken emotional space, that's part of the release. It's like, you know, to just live in the moment and be happy and release, like, it's called box of rain, to release that box of rain, to find happiness again. Okay. Wow. And if somebody is dealing with some kind of a mother wound as it relates to, oh, that's interesting. If somebody is dealing with pain or carrying around mother wounds, especially if you are a mother, I feel like part of the lesson was for you to just learn how to like kind of release the pain and just like learn to go with the flow of things. Because the way that this is, it almost looks as though I'm seeing it a couple of different ways. Because if I go from the bottom to the top in the way that they're connecting, it looks like there could be a mother here also who is holding on to like old, like childhood wounds maybe. And maybe they're okay, because the way that I'm looking, it does this, it goes up in a diagonal, like crisscross diagonal, and then it comes back down in a crisscross diagonal on the opposite side. So if we go up, it's like there could be a mother energy that's holding on to, like, say, childhood wounds or whatever, and they're kind of waiting for this artist. The artist could be like their child or something. Maybe they're because I do believe that there are some soulmate connections, like between parent and children. So this almost feels like this mother energy is like kind of waiting for I'm trying to figure out the players here. There's a mother energy that's waiting for someone to return to them. This could be like a mother-daughter energy. Maybe. Okay. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love this. I mean, yes, there is a sadness card in here, but I'm like, the overall energy is magic and joy. This is like healing. Part of the advice is like healing over the loss of certain relationships or certain dynamics. Healing over that loss to discover the magic in finding joy coming out of this abyss. This is a lot. Hold on. This is a lot. Like, I could be talking about anything here. I'm sure y'all let me know. No, let's not use these first. Let's use... Okay, so I'll tell you what I see just at a glance. I see a couple, but then I have this mother figure over here, and the mother figure could be separate. It could be a separate entity, or you could be the mother figure. I don't know. We know this has come up a lot in other readings, so just go with it. Ooh. We just took a turn. Okay. So if you, collective, had been in a sunken place at one point, I'm looking at this unity card and I'm looking at this union card. It is kind of giving me the energy of, like, you know, coming into union with oneself. Okay? And rising above, like rising out of that sunken place. Somebody did not plan for that to happen, and it happened quite without warning. Yes, baby, you healed yourself in your I love these cards. In the exploration of self, like looking for yourself, you healed your broken heart. Your broken heart put you in that sunken place. And here it feels like you marched to a beat of your own drum, but I also feel like you knew there was more to life than what you had been given. And you did what you had to do to heal your own broken heart. We love it. We love it. Love it. Well-being and visionary. Happiness between two people. You're free to go to live your own happy life the way you want to. What did I say? The visionary. Rainbow glitters and stardust. Happy family. Like, you're free to go live that happy life that you wanted for yourself. We love it. Oh, you want to jump out? Somebody is angry. What are they angry about? Okay, now that I'm looking at this, because I said somebody was thinking about work. So this person, so maybe you kind of, you go, like I said, you march to the beat of your own drum. So you kind of go with the flow. I heard you ride the waves of your feelings. But the thing about it is, you You operate from love. I have a story to tell, but I want to pull some more cards before because I can see it right here, and I'm like, ooh. Oh, that's why. Okay. Oh, we just took a turn. Hold on. I'm like, ooh. We just took a turn. Okay. So the energy, remember I said I have this mother energy over here, and I honestly feel like these cards that I've all, okay. So there's a challenge here, and the challenge is the fact that you operate from a space of love. You operate from a space of love. Somebody is mad. I said it in a couple of readings ago, and I don't even know if I was because I was I start the first pull that what I've been doing, the first pull of the day that I go on camera with, I do just a straight oracle pull, no tarot, not at all. We do a whole hour of just oracle pulls, and I tell the story. Okay. But this energy looks very much like somebody. I said it. I was like, there was something about someone else benefiting from you being like all chaotic and shit. I don't know, and I don't even remember if we even got down to the bottom of that, but there was something in that, and I kind of see that here, and it has something to do with a relationship. So it kind of feels like this person is upset because they may be experiencing some type of financial constraints. There may have even been times where because I'm seeing a couple of different things. Maybe there could have been financial constraints within your relationship dynamic. Like, say, I don't know anybody that starts off doing damn good, but like if you started off and maybe there had been some hostilities because the finances or whatever. Okay, I'm like, I usually don't like telling my story. I mean, I give you little bits and nuggets of it, but this is crazy because this thing that I'm seeing right here, and I know I'm like all over the place, but this feels really chaotic. I have an energy down here that it's like somebody wanted there to be like a financial constraint within your relationship dynamic to where it would break you up. But remember I said it's something about work. It has something about work, right? And if you happen to be a spiritualist or something like that, because this is giving me High Priestess energy next to this Goddess of the Moon with meditation, it's definitely giving me somebody here with like, a higher calling. It almost feels like somebody here may have wanted, like, because this is a man thinking up here. And then here's the uncertainty with this man, but the woman is still holding him. The woman is holding him down. The woman is keeping him balanced and holding him down. Okay? This energy feels like here's a couple, here's union, and here's love. So there may have been some financial constraints, and there may have even been some hostility. If there were financial constraints at one point, there may have even been some hostility about that. But there's somebody here that is not walking away from the relationship, and it's not there's an energy here, somebody wanting to have this breakdown of a relationship, but caring connection, like giving, like The relationship appears to be very solid. Caring connections with giving and door to romance, like all in the upright, with nurture, like, and beauty, like all of these, like everything about the relationship, even though they're like, say the money might have been a little funny. In my early entrepreneurial days, the money was definitely funny. Whole ass joke. But it looks very much like this person. I feel like this person up here, because I'm looking at the way that they're looking at all the other cards, there also could be an outside energy that's really upset because they thought that if there had been some financial constraints of some sort, that it would cause the relationship to break down completely. The thing is that there's love here. There is love here. And I do feel like being on this journey, like if they had been doing something to like break down the relationship, if they've been doing something in the background to like break down the relationship, it wasn't successful. It hasn't been successful. This is interesting because this feels like somebody closing the door. Okay, I'm trying to figure out a way to describe this. It's like closing the door behind you. Like you're on your path, but you close the door behind you so that nobody can like follow you on your own path. Like you're blocking a particular pathway. Somebody, and then the crazy part is somebody had been trying to block the pathway for your relationship. They've been trying to block the pathway for love, but they can't affect the love between you. Why? Because your relationship is built on a solid foundation. People don't understand that relationships that are built on solid foundations are very difficult to shake. Yes, blips and arguments, all that shit happens just like in any relationship, right? But when you're solid, when your relationship and your union is solid and is rooted in love, literally rooted in love. For richer or for poorer, it's rooted in love. They couldn't, whatever this is, they couldn't break up the relationship even if they tried. Again, this ain't for everybody. I know I got a lot of single people out there. This ain't for everybody. Okay, I said this in a reading not too long ago. It was like somebody wanted you, like if you're in a relationship, they were trying to break down your relationship so that you would turn back to them because they want to be needed. We got somebody out here, because I said this person, this mother energy is waiting for someone to come back to them. This woman just want to be needed, which is crazy because when you needed her, she didn't actually show up. Just saying. Oh, what? Okay, and then I'm like, it totally changed. I'm like, I don't know who I'm talking about, but it kind of feels like part of the fears and concerns is they were, whoever this is, I'm saying they, because I think it's this mothering energy. I said been waiting for this. They've been waiting for the artist to come back. They've been waiting for someone to come back. And what they're also worried about is that, remember I said they may have been trying to change the perception of the man to look at his partner differently, because I kind of see that here too. One of their biggest concerns too is that they would also still find, like, they're worried about this man thinking about this woman and how he looks at her and how he's still looking at her in a positive light. And the blockage is the company that they keep. Yep. And because of the company that they keep, cornucopia is in the reverse. They don't feel no sense of abundance because of the company that they keep. Okay. I'm like, well, this took a turn. So what this person needs to release, I've never actually seen it with these cards, but if they've been essentially blocked from, excuse me, this person has been blocked from certain pathways to spirit. And the reason why they've been blocked from this pathway to spirit is because they're holding on to that box of rain. They're holding on to old wounds. They're holding on to pain. I think I said it in one of the last couple of readings, like this is somebody who just didn't want to do the work to heal. Now if they're also in possession of something, because it's interesting that this message keeps coming out in this one sector, if they're holding on to something of a financial, if they're holding on to something, resources, finances, some kind of money or something that doesn't belong to them, that's part of what they need to release. And that is also part of the reason why they're being blocked from accessing, like, it's the company they keep. They're being blocked by a lot of, they're being blocked, we'll just say that they're being blocked mostly because of the company that they're keeping. So they're being blocked from like obtaining or having or getting more abundance, but abundance not just in a monetary sense. This person is only looking at the dollars and cents. So there has been something that is connected to the fact that you are still connected to your partner. They're mad because as long as you stay connected to your partner, they are experiencing now those financial constraints that they may have wished upon you. Does that make sense? Oh. Trip. They got to go with the, okay, this mother energy. Part of the lesson here, I said, remember I said over here, I was like, whatever you do and how you do things that are rooted in love. This woman does not. She does things for security. And because of that, she is losing the very thing that she's trying to hold on to. And it's also removing all, like, she is, because she's not rooted in love, because she has done things for security, she's kind of at a loss right now without, she doesn't have the access to the adjacent possibilities that she may have once had before. Like, those options have dried up. So because she has chosen to operate in the way that she's been operating, largely for financial reasons, not because of love, for that reason she is losing those things. She is losing the resources and the opportunities, and really there's nothing that she can do about it. This person gotta heal. Like, this person has to heal. They gotta open their heart. And I said it down here, this healing loss. They gotta heal from the loss. They have to talk about it. They have to open their heart. They have to find compassion. They need to find balance. And they need to walk through this door of personal healing and happiness in order to find magic and joy. But they have to want to do the work, and this person may not be ready to do the work. They may not be ready to do the work. And if this person had been a shapeshifter, they can't shapeshift anymore. They can't do it anymore. Yeah, this person, they it's like I said in the beginning, like you kind of march to the beat of your own drum. You've also kind of taught yourself, I think this is something that you taught yourself, because I don't think folks just learn it inherently, but you kind of taught yourself to like release and to go with it. You didn't resist the change. Like I say all the time, God makes that call and not everybody answers. You didn't turn that call down. You didn't resist it. What I said it before, I was like, I could think back in my life where I was probably going through dark night of the soul at least 3 times before I actually decided to just surrender and say, fuck it, just take me away. But the longer you resist it, the harder it is. It's hard. It makes it much more difficult than it needs to be. And I think at one point you finally just said, okay, I give up. I don't know how to do this, and I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm not going to resist, because you'd been in a repetitive cycle. Okay, now there's something in my eye. Something's... And then what you didn't recognize is that you might not have recognized that there was a cycle. You didn't see the patterns. You may not have seen the patterns initially. You may not have seen the patterns. Somebody may have been doing something, and because I'm also looking at the moon cycles. This cycle card has the moon, like the various moon cycles above it. There may have been something done behind the scenes to keep you in the loop. And that's why this was so unexpected. You choosing to heal, you searching for answers and choosing to heal your broken heart. That's how you got out of this shit. And if you did something within your relationship, if you are in a relationship, if you did something to kind of simplify, because it's giving me like going with the, I get a lot of like go with the flow energy. Like maybe you kind of also, maybe you operate your life like go with the flow kind of thing. And maybe you've implemented that same go with, there's something in my eye that's really bothering me. Maybe you implemented that go with the flow energy into your relationship, and by simplifying it, it made things a lot easier. Like maybe at one point it was really difficult and it felt like you were having to like really push through. And I think when you took your hands off the wheel and took your foot off the gas and just let it do what it was going to do, you simplified something. Or that's what you're doing. You're simplifying your life. The path of least resistance. Now that's interesting. That was in that same spot yesterday. And you know what is funny? This okay. Every time I use these cards, I use them in different spreads and I lay them out differently every single time. What is funny is that the same energy comes out. It doesn't matter where they're laying, but these same 3 cards keep jumping out together. I'm talking to somebody here, and I said, there's something about you, and I don't even have the sleep card out here, but there's something about you waking up. It's kind of like you waking up, healing yourself, getting your intuition on board. Something about that has a lot to do with this person's abundance. This financial constraint, there is something tied to. I'm trying to figure out what this is. It's almost like they wanted you to be permanently asleep, because as long as you were asleep, they had the benefit of this abundance. Please tell me what that means for you. They have the benefit of the abundance, and I don't know what this is exactly, but I can see it. As soon as you wake up, as soon as you got this higher knowledge and your intuition comes on board, they lose that. It was just a matter of time. Divine timing has been at play the whole time. So this person is pissed off. Okay, because if it's being seen, this is in the environment, if it's being seen that you are the one who actually carries the wisdom of knowledge, you seek that shit out because you're an explorer. If it feels like why this person is pissed off is because now other people, and it could very well be even your partner, other people are recognizing, bound to happen, a matter of time, that somebody don't know as much as they say they do, and that knowledge is really carried in you, High Priestess. Oh, you awake now, baby. Ain't no going back to sleep for you. They were trying to stunt your growth. Somebody here was trying to stunt your growth. They were trying to stunt your growth. I have so much energy and I'm getting channeling so much information right now. This is crazy. So, just in this one area, I see a couple of things. I do get an impression that they wanted this masculine. They wanted the masculine in this relationship to always feel like there was a sense of uncertainty as it relates to your spiritual path, because I can clearly see that right here. But the two of you, if you're kind of isolated from like your family, or just if it's just like you against the world kind of thing, the two of you have both grown in your own right, being separated from like your families of origin. Like I said, once you wake up, you can't unsee the shit that you have seen and come to know. And I also kind of see here too that there's an energy of somebody being, because I do kind of get the impression that they wanted the relationship to be unsuccessful. That also kind of removes their access to the door to spirit and the temple pathway. I think it's being blocked for that reason, because this person has been trying to block a blessing that is yours. Part of the blessing that is yours is this union. Okay, now here's another thing. There's an energy out here This almost feels, and this ain't for everybody, but I know there's going to be at least a couple of people that chime in on this. This almost feels, I'm looking at the cards now. I'm not even like all together. I'm looking at these cards over here, and this looks like somebody who wanted, like if you have a partner, it's almost like they wanted to kind of get you out of the way. Like maybe your partner is the breadwinner, child. They wanted to get you out of the way so that they could take advantage of your partner, like having your partner care for the, I don't know what this, child, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is, but there's an energy out here, literally like somebody wanting to, like if your relationship broke down, that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Remember when I said I was like, I'm so confused. I'm so confused down here. Like, why are they hostile that your relationship is like still solid and that you're not, nobody's walking away from the other person, that your relationship is really strong down here. Love it. Relationship very strong down here. They're upset over here because, or down here too. Maybe that's what it is. They're upset because the financial constraints is because I said, as long as you were asleep and, you're not, listening to, God and all that shit, as long as your relationship was like on the rocks, somehow they benefited from that. So maybe while your relationship was like on shaky terms, they tried to wrangle the man in, like, I told you she was crazy. We can all convince this masculine that the feminine is crazy. He'll be on our side and kick the feminine to the curb. Yeah, good luck with that. Could be very emotional too. Oh, we'll take all of them. Ah! Crazy. Okay. What did I say? I've been saying earth and water. I got earth and water out here again. Okay. So this kind of looks like, this is in the background. Somebody is really upset because they wanted your relationship to end. They wanted your relationship to end. I do have energy of somebody here might have been trying to do like moon magic or some shit. That may have just backfired the hell on them. They're upset. Now this could be, now I also have energy out here, somebody who could also be lying about your relationship. And this is like something coming to light. So somebody could have been doing moon magic. Somebody could have been trying to do moon magic to try to like end your relationship. But what it really feels like, it feels like they were doing something to end your relationship. I feel like what it did was it backfired and ended your relationship with whoever was doing the juju. Okay. Now I have another element here. So it's kind of like, and I know I talked about this maybe like 2 months ago, where I said somebody was trying to keep you in an energy like if you had a bad relationship at one point, right? It was like they wanted you to keep reliving the energy of being in the sunken place, because this card tells me that at one point you were in the sunken place, and then you just kind of you healed yourself and your broken heart and came out of that sunken place. This person kind of wanted you to always be afraid, like to be afraid of love, or being afraid of being in a relationship, in fear of like creating like trust issues, so that you would always be fearful of getting your heart broken. They wanted to keep you kind of like, I don't know, they wanted your emotions to be all fucked up. They wanted you to not be focused on your, here what's crazy, they wanted you to not be focused, because down here it looks like they wanted you to not be focused on your relationship. There's so much out here. I see out here, like, okay, so if you are on a spiritual path and you're like very devoted to your spiritual path, I do see energy out here of someone trying to create like I don't know, it's like to create this sense of poverty consciousness. I see a couple of things. It's almost like, because it is linked to your partner in some way. It's like I'm trying to communicate all of them. I'm channeling a gang of information because I got a gang of cards out here and so much happening. So there's an energy here that it's like, if you, and this is for folks who may walk an alternative path, okay? If you walk an alternative path, it's like they want your partner to look at your alternative path and view it as having no value. It doesn't make no real money. It's not like, okay, I'll use myself as an example. Like, I'm a tarot reader, I have clients, I have 2 businesses though, so like I make money, right? But it's almost as if to make it appear that this path, this non-traditional, I don't work a 9-to-5 job, that there's no abundance that comes in that. There's no, I'm not making no real money. I'm making real money, but I'm not making, like, it's like to give the perception to make, this is the weirdest shit I've ever seen. There's a lot going on out here. But this energy kind of feels like they kind of wanted this man to live in the sense of uncertainty, in thinking that the pathway that this feminine is on isn't really going to garner the kind of abundance, like it's to keep this man in poverty consciousness as well. This is the craziest shit. But it's all kind of based around you sticking to your path and being on your path, and the abundance comes, like whatever, the abundance comes. But this is like they want this man to be feeling uncertain about like your pathway, uncertain about the future, because you don't necessarily work a traditional 9-to-5 or whatever. They wanted the man to be so uncertain about whatever that he would eventually walk away from the relationship. But like I said, down here, the relationship is solid. This is in the background. The relationship is solid. And then on this side, it almost feels like, so you're dedicated, like truly dedicated to your spiritual path, right? But then on the back end, it's like they wanted you to be so focused. Okay, now you're on your spiritual path, to be so focused on your spiritual path that you're not actually focusing on the relationship or your partnership. But you are. Like, you can do it all. You're the Empress High Priestess. You tend to it all. So even if they were trying to like knock you off your square, that ain't working. That ain't working. And legit, somebody out here is mad. Before I pull another card, I have to say this because it's on my head right now. You got somebody out here that's mad that you don't work a regular 9-to-5 job. What did I say? Yes, I think I said in yesterday's reading. It's like somebody was angry that you know, they want you to struggle the way that they struggle. Like if I struggled and I had to do you know, you could do it too, or you could struggle too. That's kind of, I mean, I got again cards out here, but I do have that energy signature floating around. Somebody's really pissy that you don't work a regular 9-to-5 job, and they kind of wanted your partner to be a little pissy about you not working a regular 9-to-5 job either. Okay. Damn. This person's been stripped. I said everybody's gifted with intuition. God, we all have it. Just some folks don't use it the right way, or they don't work the muscle. This person is also worried about the loss of their intuition, so they don't really have a way to like see what's going on with you. And again, part of their issue is the company that they keep. I said it, if they're holding on to something, if they're holding on to some kind of wealth that they received because of somebody's end of life, they have to release it. That keeps coming out. It doesn't matter what cards I use, that keeps coming out on this one side. If they're holding on to something, what did I say? And if they've been holding on to something, they try not to bring something to an end. They don't want to release. There are some resources here. They don't want to release it. They don't want to release it, and they have to. And if they try to do something to unalive you, they keep failing at it. They should probably just stop. Because I have failure in the upright with death in the reverse. They should probably stop. Because I'm looking at this here, just on this one side. If somebody did something to try to unalive you, I have it in two places. They tried to unalive you for wealth. They're trying to hold on to some type of resources. This could be like life insurance. Hell, this could be an inheritance or life insurance. Listen, the lesson. Okay, so we got somebody here who is toxic as hell, who does not self-reflect. They think they know it all. They may have to move, or they may be losing their home. They may be losing their home, or they may have to move. Ooh, this person is mad. Spirit is guiding this person to wake up. I said it. I keep saying it. God makes the call to everybody. Not everybody answers. This person is like refusing to wake up. They're refusing to answer the call. They would much rather bury their head in the sand and la 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 la. I can't hear. I can't see it. When their lies are bubbling to the surface, it doesn't matter how deep they bury their head in the sand. Their lies are bubbling to the surface. And Spirit is like literally calling somebody home. It's like, all right, you either wake your ass up, or I'm going to put you down permanently. Wake your ass up and heal. Open your eyes and stop lying to yourself and stop lying to everybody else. And this person is worried right now. I said it has something to do with your relationship. If you're in a relationship, something about you being in a relationship or not being in a relationship is a means to this person's survival. They are very worried right now because their stability is lacking right now. And they're also, because of what they're going through and because of what they've done, they have to go, this part of what they're dealing with, they got to go through this alone. So they may not even be leaving the company that they're keeping. They may not be telling anybody what they're actually going through. But things feel very uncertain for this person because their plan did not actually work. I'm telling you, there was a lot about their stability that was hanging on the fact that you were unhinged. As long as you were asleep and unhinged, they benefited from it. I don't know how, but they benefited from that. Okay, remember when I said here, they were hiding the fact that they were keeping you in a cycle. They were doing something. They could have been doing something during the moon cycles, but it was done in secret or in hiding, right? So they may be getting karma for trying to block your progress or for putting obstacles in your way. And I said it, if they have been putting obstacles in your way, those obstacles and blockages are being removed. There's somebody here there were lies or whatever. There were lies. There have been lies. There has been fraud. There are obstacles that are being removed going into the near future. Damn. There's somebody here worried about imprisonment. And it's something about you walking away. It's something about you walking away from this mother figure. And your loyalty to your partner or your loyalty to your path, your spiritual path. And there's somebody here, and I don't know who this gentleman is. Maybe this is because he's in the upright. So this could be your partner right here. They're in despair because like this is like you and your partner going off together, like on your pathway. And also because your partner is loyal to you. There's a lot to be said about solid foundations. That's all I gotta say about that. But there's loyalty and there's trust between you and your partner. And that right there, that loyalty, and let me tell you, that loyalty and trust right here is exactly why their pathway here is being blocked, and they're either losing some sense of abundance. It has something to do with the loyalty between you and your partner. Now down here, this is about a message. Okay, this down here is like a message that you may not have received about someone's passing or end of life. something done in the courts that's been hidden. Somebody being worried about it being exposed. I'm telling you, whatever somebody has done, if they've been trying to do something against you, trying to block your work, block you from being seen, or create blockages in your life in some kind of way, it isn't working. Because you're still on your pathway, you're still very balanced, you're still growing and still healing. So this is fate and karma. Unavoidable events. Somebody losing. Okay. So if somebody here had once been like well respected or whatever, this part of what their fears and concerns is like losing that favor. So if people thought highly of them at one point, with all this truth and shit coming out, they're worried about losing that, having people look at them crazy. But these are unavoidable events. Now we stepped into the realm of fate. These things are unavoidable. And part of the blockage is they have, I told you, there's a message there's some message about a gift, because bouquet is a gift, and abundance. There's something here that there's a message here, and again down here, end of life with wealth here. Bouquet is abundance and a gift. So there's a message here. Part of their blockage is the company that they've been keeping. They've been withholding a message about a gift, something that belongs to you, something of some type of wealth. And if there's some hidden information, they got to let it go. They have to release this information. They have to tell you. There's some hidden information about a marriage or a relationship they've been trying to end. There's failure, but there's some information here that they've been keeping hidden from you that they have to release. Especially if it's an inheritance. Listen, there's a mature man. There's a letter here that you have not received. There's an investigator who's looking into an inheritance that you may not have ever received. And then I have Rider out here again. Oh, no, I'm tripping. I thought this was right. This is Rider. I thought this was Rider. This is Ship. So this talks about travel, distance travel. So somebody here, they can't travel. They can't come to you. They can't, you don't go to them. They can't come to you. But still, again, there's a message here that you haven't received. And I also feel like you never, this is not, I'm talking also about a situation where, because I do read the comments, and I know for some of y'all, you actively know that there's an inheritance. This particular part, it feels more like something you were not aware of. Like somebody left you something and you didn't know anything about it. This information was never made public, and never made public to you, at least. You don't, because expectation is in the reverse. So you never saw this coming. You never saw this incoming message coming. You never got it. Somebody made a decision not to release this information to you about great fortune. Child, I can't make this shit up. Woman, sudden wealth, main female, coffin in the reverse, butterfly in the reverse, child, thief. Listen, there's somebody here that's keeping something from you that belongs to you. And I also feel like they don't want you to have it because they don't think you deserve it. Yep, they did all of this shit for gain, for profit. They did it all for profit. They got a blessing through marriage. They got this bright idea and inspiration. Now it's turned into a fucking headache and they feel stressed. Somebody here was trying to... Here's what's funny. There's an energy out here. Somebody is very frustrated at the fact that whatever they were trying to strategically do, they've been trying to hide some type of conflict. They're frustrated. They've been trying to hold on to they're trying to hold on to this money. And they're very stubborn about it. They're kind of hoping that if there's some type of compromise or reconciliation, like you guys kumbaya or whatever. Because again, there is something tied to the fact that if you and your partner are at odds and you have to turn to them because they just want to be needed. But I'm trying to figure out, I see a bunch of different things, like they're looking at, like, if there's something that comes to you, they just don't want you to have it. That's really what the bottom line is. They don't want, whatever this is that's due to you, they don't want you to have it. Nah. Hell nah. Alright. Because this reading is getting long. And let's go into the index cards. Grab some from here too. There's a lot. There's a lot out here. My head hurts now. All is not what it seems. An Aquarius could be significant. Somebody's unstable behavior is being seen. We have a toxic parent or grandparent whose life is in turmoil. The month of January may be relevant. Could be dealing with a Capricorn or an Aquarius. Somebody is heartbroken. Up to 4 other people are involved. A stepbrother may be significant. But Archangel Michael is out here protecting you. Someone is lost without you and does things for attention. Someone is a liar. We have family members who are involved. Illness is part of their karma. Someone's mask is falling off. They can no longer hide. A Scorpio may be relevant. Someone is acting like a victim. And it could be this toxic grandparent, the family members, or stepbrother. Everybody acting like a victim. Somebody says I'll do it all over again, so fuck them people. I'm just, we got fake friends out here. Temptation. Take a spiritual bath or cleanse your space. Somebody uses cruelty masked as tough love. Someone's also unemployed, losing a job or a business. They wanted you homeless and alone. Someone's secrets are coming out. Don't be afraid. Someone forged signature on legal documents. Foster child or foster care may be relevant. The exposure of someone's sins. You don't deserve it. Somebody uses sex to get their way or cloud judgment. We have somebody who is two-faced, secretive, and deceptive, fake nice. Forgery or falsification of records. Again, someone's afraid to lose you. One more card. Ulterior motives are being revealed. The bottom of the deck, someone has a big ego. Alright, so we have Capricorn, Aquarius out here twice, Aquarius is out here twice, and Scorpio. We have a stepbrother, a toxic parent or grandparent, and fake friends and family members. Alright, we have take a trip, empathy overload, time for play, balancing act. Yeah, so balance your life with like actually enjoying life, and it's not just all work and no play. Energy cleansing, busy bee. Heal money issues, new home. Have 2112 out here. That may be a relevant synchronicity for somebody. Choose you first. Speak your truth. 2111 or 1112. 111. New lifestyle. Let it go. 1119. Returning to you. Ending. Pay attention to the warning signs. Love yourself. Fresh start. 1010. Soulmate connection. 1616. Closure needed. 919. Temporary setback. Strength. Time to forgive. 1919. Spring equinox. And pause before acting. The bottom of the deck is memories. Alright. Let's look at the dates. Alright, so I have January the 1st, January the 5th, January the 6th, January the 10th, January the 12th, January the 16th, January the 18th, January the 19th, and January the 21st. I have no dates in February. I have March the 5th, March the 9th, March 10th, March 19th, and March 22nd. I have no dates in April. I have May 1st, May 4th, May 6th. I have May 3rd. May 9th is out here twice. I have May 10th. May the 23rd. May the 22nd. May the 19th. Did I say May 19th? I have May 19th out here twice. May 9th and May 19th are out here twice. May 13th and 14th. June 1st, 3 times. June the 9th and June the 10th. I have July the 9th, July 13th, July 18th, July 19th, July 23rd. I have no dates in August. I have September the 1st, 911. September 1st, September the 5th, September the 6th, September the 19th. September the 5th, September the 3rd, September the 13th and 14th, September 6th, 7th, and 23rd. I have October the 4th, October 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, and October the 22nd. And then over here I have October the 1st twice, October the 6th. I have no dates in November. December the 1st out here twice, December the 16th, December the 18th, and December the 19th. Alright, let's grab some dice and then we will wrap. Alright, so we have North Node. I believe this is Venus. Yes, this is Venus. Venus and Saturn. North Node, Venus and Saturn. I have Libra, Scorpio, and Pisces. I have the 5th house. I have the 9th house and the 12th house. Pisces is the natural 12th house and currently also in the North Node. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. If any parts of this reading resonate for you, gave you clarity or confirmation over your own story, give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm and get in front of the eyes that need to see us the most. Don't forget to mash the notification bell so that you know when I upload new videos. If you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box. I invite you to join me for a session. If you like my style of reading, please consider subscribing to the channel if you are just here passing through. I am not just a standard tarot reader. I am a channeler as well, and I'm an energy worker. So you will often hear me talk about how something feels is because I'm looking at the cards, but the cards have feelings. So I talk about that because that's important to know. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting my work, supporting my channel, supporting each other in the comments. I love rocking with y'all. I love hanging with you guys during the live premiere. So thank you so much for always, joining me. My regulars that show up all the time. I see my clients in there, and some of my clients actually turn into friends. So evidenced by this beautiful piece from Leah. She's a subscriber, but she's also now a dear friend. So I am here to be a guide. And hey, Juanita, I know I'm your friend in your head. We friends, girl. We friends. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for being so supportive and amazing. And we're in this together. None of y'all we're not doing this alone. I know sometimes it feels very lonely. We're not doing it alone. We're doing it together, and we're gonna be okay. All right. I love you guys. I will see you in the next video. Take care.